and the Houston Rockets set a record 24 made three-pointers tonight against the Pelicans. Eric Gordon has 7 of those triples and talked about his team's record tonight after the contest.
Well, it's all about making, and then that's what our offense is set up to do, is to, shoot threes. If we make them, we're a very hard team to stop. So as long as we just got to keep on going.
It's got to be a lot of fun to be playing in this offense when you get so many open looks.
Yeah, our chemistry is very good. We know where each other are at on the floor at all times, and we're just having fun. But we just got to continue to knock down shots throughout the whole season.
Legit or nah? This was Gordon's 12th straight game with at least 3 triples made in a game. That's the 4th longest stretch in NBA history. Legit or nah, Gordon is the 2nd most important part of the Rockets. I think we would agree that James Harden is the most important player.
That's an interesting question. I think it's totally legit.
Okay.
There was a season early in Eric Gordon's career where he averaged over 22 points a game for the Clippers.
Yep.
Biggest thing with him is he's just had an impossible time of staying on the floor. But as far as making threes, he's making over 3.5 threes per game, shooting over 43% from 3, both career highs, and averaging around 17 points a game. That ends up being his career average as well. But the fact that they're able to get that offensive punch off the bench, Eric Gordon would start on probably 80% of the teams in the NBA. The fact that they're able to bring him off the bench, what an advantage that is for Houston. And he fits with James Harden. Obviously, he's a great knockdown shooter. He always has been ever since he was at Indiana. I actually covered him a ton in college.
So you're not surprised at all with what he's been able to do in the NBA when he is healthy.
That's the big thing. He can't stay on the floor. And even at Indiana, he ended up getting banged up and nicked up. When he was healthy, he was unguardable in college. And then when you're averaging 22 in the league for 60-plus games, I mean, that's pretty impressive. Problem is, he's never, ever played 70 games in a season. So he's 28 years old. He's still relatively young, but he just seems to fit perfectly. And I'm excited to see a guy who's bounced around from team to team, and he's found the home. And the pros, this is so true. You could probably ask Hassan Whiteside this. It's what team you go to. It's not who you go to. It's the fit, and he seems to fit perfectly in with this kind of system that they're playing.
Maybe he can shed that injury-prone label this year. The Rockets gave him a solid contract, 4 years, $53 million. So I would assume at this point, just the first year, but the Rockets have to be happy with that contract. And Gordon, Tim, he has to be in the running for 6th man of the year. You mentioned the points per game. I think probably Lou Williams will be in the conversation as well, but Gordon has to be right there with the production and the fact that this team is winning, whereas the Lakers are not winning as much.
Yeah, I think that's a valid point. He's probably going to be your favorite right now. Not too many guys coming off the bench across the league who can get you buckets like that. He's having a remarkable year as the Rockets. How many threes are he going to shoot? Shoot 100 threes in a game?
Goodness gracious. 29-0 for Eric Gordon off the bench. Huge production as he has gotten the job done for the Rockets, helping out James Harden and company.